Okay, Year 9. Today we're going to look at creating a phone stand in Illustrator, in Fusion 360, and that's going to be our first project that you should complete while I'm away. Now, when you first open your Fusion browser, it's going to look something like this, and the first thing you want to do is create a sketch. Now, many of you are going to have some skills in Fusion, and there may be some of you that have not used Fusion before, and that's fine. We're just going to go through this slowly and see if we can build a phone stand as our first project. The first thing we need to do is select the plane in which we want to do our sketch on. So firstly, or basically, when we're creating something in Fusion, we want to sketch on a plane in 2D and then extrude it to 3D. So we're just going to select this vertical plane, and then in this vertical plane we're going to create our sketch. Now you've got some options here for sketching. We don't need to do too much here at the moment. We'll cover some of these in later videos, but basically I've created one of these phone stands already, and this is our timeline down the bottom of the things we're going to do. What I'm going to do is just slide that timeline back, and I'll edit my first sketch, and in doing so here you'll see some of the dimensions that are required for you to do the sketch. Now I'm not going to do the whole sketch in this video because you can pull the dimensions off this, so I'm just going to show you some of the dimensions and how they work. So the first dimension that you need is this rectangular box that is the outside, that is the base of our phone stand. So I'm just going to hit D for dimension, and I'll just pull the dimension quickly of how big that box is. So 63.94 by 30. And so what we're going to do now is, if I go back into my sketch here and I'm creating a sketch, I basically just need to hit R for rectangle. I'm going to make it a center point rectangle, so I'm just going to click on this position here, and then clicking in the center here, it's going to come out. And you can see I can add my dimension here, which is 30, tab 63.94. I'll just make it the same as the last one that I did, and pressing enter, and I get a sketch. Now if I was to just draw a rectangle and drag my rectangle in, okay, or even better yet, we'll have a look at the second rectangle that we need to do. So if I just go back into my phone stand here, you can see I've got to do a line here that's 10 millimeters off the front, and I want to come down with my line 14 millimeters. So 14 millimeters and 10 millimeters is that next line. So if I come back into my sketch here and I go L for line, so there's shortcuts where you can just press L, or you could go up here to create and go down to Fusion's updated a little bit. You used to be able to go just to create line, but anyway, if you just hit L, you get the line tool. L for line, and I'm just going to draw a line off my top surface 90 degrees down. And you can see when I've done that line, and it'll stay on the line tool until I hit escape. You can see when I've done that line, it's blue. What that means is that line is not constrained, which means I can move it anywhere along that line, along this top line, because it's constrained to that top line. What I need to do is make sure that that's constrained. Now if I'm not mistaken off my memory, if I hit D, I want to make sure that that line there is actually, so if I click on the line, select the other line, drag it up, and then click, I can actually place my measurement. Now I'm pretty sure I was after 12 millimeters, or was it 10? I'll just come back here and double check quickly. it was 10. So we're just going to come in here, just double click on that, make it 10, enter. Sorry, apologies. And the distance of my line, I need to make 14. So I'm just going to click on the 2 points, drag it out to the side, click the place where I want the number to go, and hit 14, enter. And you can see that that line now is a solid black line, which means it's constrained and I can't move it anywhere. It's locked in position. We want to complete our sketch with absolutely no blue lines. They all need to be solid lines. So my next line is going to be off this point here, out this way, and I can type my measurements as I go if I want. 12, enter, and you can see I instantly get a solid black line. My next line is going to be coming up here on an angle. Now, the angle in which we want to come up is 70 degrees. Oh. Let me try that again. Might need to do a little bit of math here. I've come off the wrong place. Let me just escape that. If you make a mistake, you just press Command Z and you'll go back again. It's heaps easier to use Fusion with the mouse. If you have a mouse, you can zoom in and out with the wheel. If you click the wheel, you can pan. And if you click the wheel and hold Shift, you can do a thing called orbit, but not if you're in a sketch. So back to this position here. We're going to use the line tool. We're going to select our point. I'm going to come up here. I'm just going to tab that and hit 70. So we want 70 degrees of an angle. I'm just going to press enter there. I should still be able to change the length of my line because I just want to go back into my already created phone stand. Yep, so 70 degrees and 70 millimeters up. So if I come back here, 70 degrees, and now I'm just going to hit D for dimension. I'm going to click the 2 points. I'm just going to drag that out. As you can see at the moment it's 28.544. We're going to make that 70. Enter. Alright. Now you can see my phone stand starting to take shape here. You're going to continue with your phone stand, adding the dimensions, making sure there's no blue lines, and try and get that same shape that you can see there in the dark lines that go around. Come down here with a little square, etc., to make that phone stand that will eventually, once you're finished, look like that. Good luck.